Have you seen Star Wars?
You know, I just have to ask the Star Wars gods, what did we do to you? Like what did we do wrong? Or maybe specifically me, because I probably was one of the few people who was still genuinely excited for this game. Star Wars Eclipse, this is an exclusive coming from xfire.com, is struggling to hire people and has already, even though we have no release date, already technically been delayed internally. Let's talk about that. Before we do, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars content. And this is coming from Tom Henderson, who is very credible. We reported on what he said a couple months ago when they debuted the Star Wars Eclipse video game, and he was the first to report saying that this was going to be 3 to 4 years away from releasing. And so here's exactly what the article says, and as I just said, he says, after the well-received announcement, I reported that sources familiar with Quantic Dream's plans had said that the title was a minimum of at least 3 to 4 years away. So why was the game announced so early? It's a strategy that we're seeing increasingly become more common in the industry, with several studios including Bethesda, Rockstar, and Electronic Arts all making game announcements years before the titles would be released. The main reason that this strategy has become more prevalent in recent years is because of the huge amount of competition to secure developer talent. On top of that, Quantic Dream has had a series of allegations surrounding workplace issues these past couple years, including several sexual harassment allegations and toxic work culture claims. This would presumably make the studio even less attractive to work at in the face of all the competition to attract staff. However, sources close to Quantic Dream have told me that even though the trailer was released to an extremely favorable reception from the wider gaming community, and it certainly does look stunning, it has not had the desired effect of attracting developer talent to the studio. As a result, Star Wars Eclipse is likely going to be released around 2027 to 2028. What's more, hard evidence of Quantic Dream's difficulty is hiring new employees, and the resulting 2027-2028 release window can also be found online. Looking at my previous tweets above, I mentioned that Quantic Dream had more than 60 job openings in France. Fast forward to the day, 3 months following the game's announcement, there is still this. That's still the case with 67 jobs available in Paris. So we're done with the article. If you want to move to Paris, you happen to be into game development in any capacity at all, you could probably work for Quantic Dream and work on Star Wars Eclipse. If you get hired on, please don't forget me, Star Wars only. I humbly brought you from rags to riches by working at a Star Wars game by this toxic company, apparently. This is really sad. This is really sad. And honestly, what I think is kind of the saddest revelation of this article isn't that the game is going to be delayed. It isn't that they're having hiring issues. Is that disappointing? Absolutely. Is it annoyed to get an announcement that we know is now delayed when it didn't even really have a release window? I mean, if it did, it was internally, and now internally it has been delayed to, 5 to 6 years down the road. I will almost be 30 by the time this game comes out. I'm not looking forward to that at all. I mean, will this channel even be active by the time this comes out? Where will Star Wars be at in general? Another thing that I also have kind of a concern about with this now is, you remember Lego Star Wars? I mean, that's coming out next month. That has been marketed and delayed for like 4 to 5 years at this point, and I would argue that the excitement and the hype around it has really dwindled because of all the delays and the constant marketing. So I think maybe the best course of action with Star Wars Eclipse is never, like, maybe like if someone asks about it, you can mention like, yeah, it's in development and we're still working on it, like, constantly. But I wouldn't release any more content about this for, many, many, many years. I mean, clearly it won't be another 5 years until the game's supposed to come out, which at the end of the day is fine. Like, take your time on making these games. It's sad that it is a staffing issue that is causing this. And one point I was going to make earlier is that I think the saddest part of this is that they had to release a trailer just to get people excited to work there. Like, that is a really... have you guys seen on like television lately, if you watch like maybe like the Super Bowl, or I see it all the time on like UFC fights, they have these commercials where it's like this epic army trailer where it makes it look like the army and being in the military in America is going to be like Call of Duty, and it just looks so cool. And it's like it's literally a video game trailer to get you excited to sell your soul to the government, which is, that's what you do. Completely respect you, but I'm just saying that is the kind of marketing strategy that this is clearly right here of, hey, look how cool this game is. I mean, wouldn't this be amazing? You know what would be even better? If you made it. Yeah, you too can participate in Star Wars Eclipse. And if you want to make your own immersive story and go on this great adventure, that's amazing. We will even pay you for it. All you got to do is make it. It's a weird, really weird strategy on getting this done, and I'm surprised that the gaming industry has kind of turned into these things. The article kind of goes on later, and it says, in addition, one source also suggested that the reasoning behind Star Wars Eclipse trailer being shown in early development, not only to gain talent interest, the people who would develop the game, but also to attract potential buyers. Yeah, rumors are suggesting that Quantic Dream had wanted to be acquired for a while following its 3-game Sony deal, with sources suggesting that the pitches were made to several publishers in order to get the studio acquired. That's not happening, apparently. The aforementioned acquisition aspect of this article is hearsay for now, but given that Quantic Dream now has a huge Star Wars IP under its belt, it would make for an attractive target in a new gaming acquisition that we're currently seeing in the industry, and that's very true. You see Microsoft buying up like Bethesda and Sony. I can't even remember who they just recently bought up, but still, I mean, a lot of these big studios or big companies are buying up these studios and these developers to make games, because the future is no longer about the consoles, it is about the content. And Star Wars is in a unique situation now where it's not just on EA, and it can be something that would be really cool if you had a Star Wars game that is a Microsoft exclusive, a Star Wars game that is a Sony exclusive. It's competition in the market for Star Wars, and that will give us the best quality of games and storytelling. And I've said before, when this trailer came out, and I'm surprised with how good it looks, and I really am curious now if what we see will be anything like we see in the game, but this trailer really did excite me, and it probably is at the moment my most anticipated Star Wars project, just because of how much I love the Quantic Dream style of video games and the storytelling that they have done. I cannot even imagine how great that would be in Star Wars. It is kind of something I've been asking for since I was a kid, so I am still excited about the concept of this game and the possibility of this game, but now it does not seem like it is a probability that we will be getting that same version of the game. And maybe a year from now, pandemic, I think the pandemic's pretty much over at this point, but as we get even closer to normal life, hopefully next year, things will be different out there in France, and a lot of people will be willing to be hired on. Maybe Quantic Dream has to do a real big kind of turnover thing, maybe with management, not to change up the like this people who are working on the game specifically, but I'm just saying like the way they handle themselves. I think that's something they clearly have to work on and really change the work environment around there. So maybe if the game comes out a year or two later than they expected, the quality time that they had making it, where people actually enjoy making it, will have a better end result for everyone, including us, the fans who get to play the game in the long haul. So very curious on how this will turn out. I think they could use some serious advisement. I don't know how that works in the gaming industry, but I think Quantic Dream needs to hire an outside consultant who is knowledgeable about these kind of situations and can really help them get back on track, because at this point, the way things are going, they will only rely on the Star Wars game to make them money and to keep them afloat. And since it is kind of constantly further back than expected, that may not be a financially viable situation to be in. So tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think about Star Wars Eclipse already being delayed for, I mean, geez, a couple years? How old will you be when this game potentially comes out? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more Star Wars content. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Links are in the description below. And Tatooine is on Wednesday nights, and we'll see you guys next Wednesday. Link to that is in the description below as well. Until next time, my friends, I'm Star Wars Only. I will see you all next time, and may the Force be with you always.